Uh, Boom. All right, what's good, YouTube? What y'all got going on this Sunday? I do got another video for y'all. And all I'm gonna say is yesterday was a very eventful night. We had the Tank fight versus the Lamont Roach fight. Not gonna lie, be honest as possible. I had Tank to win in round 8 by knockout. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say I knew it was gonna be a close fight. Cause I absolutely did. Um, that fight caught me very off guard. Now I didn't watch the beginning of it, but I watched round 7 through 12. Um, Not gonna lie, fight was $80. My transmission going on right now, so I wasn't paying $80 at the moment, but I was on Twitter, secret hack, and I was watching it, and them boys was getting it in. I'm not even saying, and like they was, I ain't never seen Tank get pushed like that. So that was something different. I wanted to react to it. I know I couldn't react to highlights. I know they was on copyright that. The video might not even get up. But I came across this video. So that's why I want to give this to y'all. React to it, see what this guy talking about. The name of the channel is Cloister. This is my first time reacting to it, so shout out to him, and I'm just gonna see what he's talking about.
Alright, fellas, Tank vs. Roach just quickly went from a hugely underrated fight to one of the biggest stories in the sport. Tank Davis disappointed many.
And how y'all feel about that knee? That was crazy. I thought Tank, like I said, I was on Twitter. I didn't know what to expect of it. Should they have counted as a knockdown? All this happened. I actually did read something where like a boxer can voluntarily take a knee if it's like any issues. So maybe that was the right thing to do, but we just don't know it. But I don't know. That was crazy. I thought he got dropped by something, but he said he had the grease in his eye and all that. Tell me how y'all feel. Do y'all think it was the grease? Y'all think he got hurt? What y'all think?
Many of us, the fans, by once again dragging a champion up from the division down below instead of finding a champion from his own division, in a move which all backfired, and resulted in the first blemish to his perfect record. In what was a bout which almost everyone wrote off Lamont Roach, he proved everyone wrong, and for Tank, his aura of invincibility has faded. So we need to talk about what just happened in the fight, talk about the hugely controversial knee, as well as what happens now. But just quickly, if you love boxing, you're in the right place. My name's Cloister, and I make videos on everything boxing. So make sure to subscribe and
I'm gonna have to check him out. I am a boxing fan. I actually do want to catch a like a professional boxing event before 2025 ends. Um, but they don't be fighting. They don't be fighting in the South for real. They be all in Las Vegas, New York, and stuff like that. If I catch anything close to Louisiana, maybe in Texas, maybe in Atlanta, I'm gonna try to catch it. Cause I do like boxing. I do enjoy boxing. I enjoy MMA and stuff too. But like I said, I won't catch one live in effect. So hopefully we do that this year.
I'll always keep you in the loop. Now, for this Tank fight globally, there just wasn't really any hype at all. For a bloke who claims he's the face of boxing, the numbers of the Ben Eubank press conference were massively higher than Tank's. Massive for UK boxing, but for a man who's meant to be the face of boxing in America, it was all a bit of an underwhelming promotion. And this lack of hype could be put down simply to his opponent choice. Over the last couple of years, his opponent choices have been mediocre, mainly avoiding many of the fights that the fans want, except for the Garcia fight, which of course he was weight drained in. And to a certain point, I can't blame him. If he's going to make similar money against Mun than he is against Shakur, why wouldn't you take the fight that you think is easier? However, the fans eventually.
How do y'all feel about Tank opponents? I feel like they talk. I know we all want to see Shakur, we want to see Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, etc. But like, I mean, he fighting, in my opinion, tough opponents. Like his last opponent, he was underrated. I knew that, but I just thought Tank was still gonna do what he had to do. Um, who else he fought? He fought him, Frank. Frank was on a little run. Frank was undefeated. This guy was pretty decent, but I know y'all want to see the elite. So how y'all feel about his opponent selection? And did y'all think he underrated Lamar Roach? And that's why what happened happened.
Will get sick of you fighting fighters that especially the casual fan doesn't recognize. The casual fan, or even the regular fan, doesn't really know who Lamont Roach is. It's a great fight for the state of New York, but really outside of that, with increasing pay-per-view prices, does the average fan want to buy an $80 pay-per-view for something like this? I don't know about that. And although I'm sure that this event would have been a financial success, you can tell fight by fight the hype is kinda just dwindling. This lack of promotion just kinda ended up with this event sneaking up on a lot of us. Even I thought leading to this fight though, similar
I wouldn't say that. I always knew this fight was happening. I even watched a few of the press conferences, so I wouldn't say that. But once again, I'm just one person compared to everybody else.
to many, I thought Roach was a decent fighter, but Tank would end up fighting a home eventually for the left. But clearly, that didn't end up happening. Once the bell went, it started as a typical Tank fight. Tank not doing much, and him doing the best to download information about his opponent. Usually, most of Tank's opponents come out blazing, because they think, well, these are easy rounds to bank, may as well be super active and easily bank the rounds. Although all they do is give Tank enough information to then press them later in the fight. Roach did the opposite. He played Tank at his own game, and really for the first 5 rounds it was a whole lot of nothing. By the 6th, they started to open up a bit more, yet Roach was taking Tank's power and didn't seem too phased by it. By the 8th, Roach even wobbled Davis with a counter right hand, and by this point in the fight, Roach was getting more and more comfortable with trading with Davis, and he wasn't really fearing his power. The 9th started with a hugely controversial moment. Davis ended up taking a knee, to then run over and have his corner wipe his face.
Now, what y'all? I absolutely do not know what to expect about this. Like I said, I did read that a boxer can take a knee, like a voluntary knee or something. If you got it, I don't know. That's tough. It's controversial.
This somehow was ruled a no knockdown, with them saying, oh, Tank got something in his eye, all good to stop, mate. That's horrific officiating. There's no timeouts in the sport of boxing. Just because you got something in your eye doesn't allow you to stop and it be ruled a no knockdown. It should have been at least ruled a knockdown.
One more thing, real quick. I know Vegas made some money last night. I think the odds was like minus 1,800 for Tank Davis and 20 for Lamont Roach. Like most people wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. I ain't gonna sit here a lot. I was not expecting this. But yeah, if you bet on Lamont Roach or even to go the distance, you probably won a good bit last night. I was going for the knockout though.
took a knee. That's the rules. But at the end of the day, it's really, you just have to put it down to, well, it's boxing. What, should we be surprised? But through the next couple rounds, Roach did end up getting more and more comfortable, throwing out combinations more freely with less fear of the counter. Davis in the late rounds was also quite inaccurate, with Roach taking advantage of this and being able to counter Davis. In the last round, Davis did improve a bit, but it should have been too little too late. But as the scores were read, it was a majority draw. I think most people's scorecards I've seen in the community had Roach up. It was an incredibly close fight, but if the knee was ruled a knockdown like it should have been, Roach would have won. Personally, I had Roach winning the fight by a couple rounds. Now let me know how you scored it down below. Yeah, what's
Like I said, I ain't watch it. I am gonna have to catch the full one. Um, I know they'll post it probably pretty soon on PBC or whatever. So I am gonna have to watch it myself. But from the round I saw, Lamont was getting confident. Lamont, they was both throwing him. I'm just not used to seeing Tank getting hit like this, so that kind of threw me off guard. Um, I know Tank opened up towards the end. Once that incident happened with his eye, Tank came out. They was in there. Man, I love clean boxing in the pocket, slicks, dodging all that. Action packed. I love stuff like that. So that was a very good ninth round. Tell me how y'all if Tank would have lost, how would that affect him? Do y'all think like this is star power, all of it would have went down? He could have bounced back from this? How y'all think would have happened? And how y'all think about people like I'm gonna be honest. He not fighting Devin Haney. Devin Haney probably too big for him. I know Tank be trying to put clauses so he can't go too much over. I think that fight is not gonna happen. But I feel like Shakur is more possible. So how y'all feel about that now since all this happened? Especially coming from a guy that Shakur Stevenson beat Lamont Roach. And Shakur Stevenson beat that guy pretty easy. I know that was complicated what I just said, but yeah, if you know, you know. So tell me how y'all feel that would be now.
next for the both of them? This draw leaves us with a bit of a messy situation.
And will this be a rematch sometime soon? I know they got press conferences and stuff, so I might have to react to that too. But did they say anything about a rematch?
Of course, they both have indicated that they want the rematch. For the Roach camp, looking
Okay.
back, they would be feeling robbed by the decision and the officiating. The move they would want to make instantly is the rematch. but they do have that belt at super featherweight. Is the WBA going to allow them to hold on to that belt as they chase the rematch? I'm not so certain. The Roach camp, I'm sure, would be willing to vacate this belt to chase the big money rematch. And the Tank camp, well, they'll want their get back, and I'm sure they'll pursue the rematch also. I don't think that they can blame this performance on whatever was going on with the grease in his hair. What I think will come to light is more deeper problems. Was it a problem with a coaching shakeup? Was it a problem with Tank's discipline?
I did see some. It was like Calvin Ford wasn't the lead trainer or something, but he was in the corner. If somebody can keep me in the loop on that, because I did see saying Calvin wasn't even there, but y'all clearly see Calvin was there. And there's what's if y'all got any inside detail, what's going on with that situation? Help me out. Help me understand.
Guess as time goes on, we'll have a clearer picture. Additionally, there'll be questions of did Tank take this fight lightly? Through the whole promotion, we didn't really see the typical Tank Davis come out at all, and potentially this lack of motivation resulted in a mediocre performance. But really, there shouldn't be any excuses, and only applause for the performance that Roach put up. But after, as it was said in the post-fight press conference, it doesn't seem like this rematch will happen next, with Tank wanting it but saying it might happen in the new year.
I ain't about Tank recently. I know he had some legal issues. He been taking a minute to fight. Like I don't know if y'all know he fought Ryan Garcia in April of 3, Frank Martin in June of 2024. That's a 15-month layover. And then Lamont Roach in March, which is what, a 9-month layover. Like I feel like Tank probably he need to get a little more active. Cause maybe it was just ring rust or something. Who knows? But yeah, it's been a minute. Like he only had 3 fights in the past 3 years and stuff. And I know most boxers at least get 2 in a year. And also he been talking about retirement too. So do y'all think that played a factor? Do y'all think he's like mentally checked out of it already and stuff? I don't know. Like did he not look himself? Like I said, I ain't catch the early rounds, but he was throwing him in the ninth. I just think Lamont Roach was. Some people can't take a tank punch, but maybe he can. And Tank couldn't put him out.
In the post fight press conference, Tank almost kind of confirmed that if he had won, he was going to call out Jake Paul. And that would have just been a bit sad for the sport. And I worry that could be truly next. I hope it isn't Paul, but it's clear that something is already planned, with Tank saying we should shortly hear about it. But he made it pretty clear that they don't think that this rematch is going to be next. If a man can dream, hopefully it's a matchup against one of the bigger names in the division.
I don't think he gonna fight Keyshawn Davis too. Keyshawn Davis kind of big for a 135 pound guy. Like I said, Tank normally does the weight classes. He probably ain't really had the weight class Lamont because Lamont was a 130 instead of a 135. So, like I said, the most reasonable out of like the Devins, the Ryan Garcias, Keyshawn is probably Shakur, however you say it. Um, like I said, that's gonna be an interesting fight now. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I rock with Tank Tough. I thought Tank was unstoppable. You know, I ain't see a draw. A draw was not on my bingo card. I thought this was gonna be pure domination, like usual. But this really opened my eyes up. Like I said, maybe Tank just wasn't in it last night, and that played a factor in it. And with this, maybe it'll wake him up or something.
Give me a Shakur, I'll even take a Keyshawn Davis. Anything but a Jake Paul.
Yeah, no, we don't want to see this. And on top of, like I say, Tank be draining. I ain't gonna say drain rehydration clauses on people, but to fight Jake Paul, I know Jake Paul ain't scared to win that, so don't get it twisted. But uh, we'll we'll buy it, but it just wouldn't make no sense.
It is unfortunate though that a rematch doesn't seem possible next. Yet on the other side for Roach, here's a lot more options if the Tank fight isn't next. Shakur's already highlighted that he
I did see that Shakir did say if he don't get the rematch, he can fight him. That would kind of be perfect to see what happens with that. How would that fight go? My fair with Shakir, and then we can compare the two kind of. I know you can't compare styles or whatever, but it'll be interesting to see that fight. So, hope if that Tank fight don't happen, I would like to see that fight with Lamont. Lamont, I ain't gonna lie, a star was born that night. He put the boxing world on notice, and I bet people gonna tune in to watch him, especially if you get like a bigger name opponent.
would offer him a fight. I don't really want to see that, but he could just move down to his current weight class and defend his belt. But for Roach, he looks big at 135, and I reckon he could find a home.
Yeah, Roach was bigger than Tank last night. If y'all ain't noticed. at 130. Like Tank is small.
in the lightweight division, but I want to see the rematch over a potential Sugar fight. Overall, the smartest move I reckon for Tank is to take the rematch and rewrite his wrongs. But in the coming days, I guess we'll find out if there's truly another fight organized, or if these plans will be scrapped so the rematch can happen. This fight, though, will stand as a bit of a wake up call. Tank was made to look a lot more human tonight, and his aura of invincibility has faded a bit. Roach put up a fantastic performance and should have gotten the win, but that's how boxing goes.
I wouldn't say that. From what I saw, I wouldn't say it was tough. It was close. Like I said, a lot of people gonna say Lamont should have won off the fact they never seen Tank get hit like that and cleanly and stuff. From what I saw, like I said, I only caught like 7 through 12. Even those rounds are like, it wasn't just like Lamont was just straight whooping, especially like 11 and 12. I think Tank got those a little bit. I think he got 11. 12 was a toss up, but it wasn't a beat down, man, like that. So, like I said, I have to watch the whole fight though.
I'm not surprised with the result. I think Roach has gained a lot of fans, and Tank will have to go back to the drawing board with his strategy. It's clear when he gives up those early rounds and can't back it up in the second half, he's in a world of trouble. It'll be fascinating to see what happens next over the next coming days, and I'll make sure to keep you covered if there's any major news. But for the moment, I want to hear what you guys think. What did you think of the fight? What did you think of the knee the Tank took? How'd you score the bout? What's next for the pair? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. I love to hear all of it. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing. It does a ton to help the
Like,
channel. But
cause I
thanks
needed
for
to.
watching, fellas, and I'll
But
catch you
like,
in the next one.
I'm gonna like and subscribe to that guy. I see he's a boxing page, so it also keep me up in the loop and stuff. And I'm gonna subscribe because y'all know, shit, I want likes and subscriptions too at this moment. And it wouldn't be, why would I try to stop him? When I want the same thing. So that was a pretty good video. I do like that. But just tell me y'all thoughts on that fight. That was a very, like I said, it caught me off guard. It was a very underrated fight. I ain't never seen Tank get hit like that cleanly, flush. He even wobbled Tank. Tank might not have been hurt. But he caught him with a good one. Um, like I say, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I'm gonna try to give y'all two more today. Um, y'all like and subscribe. My channel is growing. It ain't growing big, but we taking any progress. So I do hope y'all like and subscribe. Um, for the past like 4 days, I've gained some more subscribers, so I really do appreciate y'all for that. And I'll catch y'all in a little bit. Hope y'all have a good one, and I'm gonna catch y'all later.